Ooh, I got that.
And we're here. Look at us. Yes. Look at this. Well, hang on. Floating. Never. There we go. All right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the finale, actually, of A Rainy Night on 44th Street. This is the third episode and the final episode for the first official spliced playtest. And I am so thrilled to have such awesome players with me for this. Hey! Thank you for the resub. And it's I gotta say, this has been a huge labor of love. I've been working on the system since the middle of February, and by which I mean I work on it like a couple hours every day and just like pull my hair out trying to make sure that it's absolutely perfect because I have to be good at something or I'll never be worthy of love. So,
Gotcha.
um, I am super thankful to have these players here. I've been loving the story we've been telling so far, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll introduce each of you, tell everybody who you're playing, and then we'll get right into the finale of A Rainy Night on 44th Street. So let's go right to left this time. So, Never, tell us about Landon.
Well, I'm playing Landon, a collected, calm, slightly haunted hired gun, just trying to get to the end of this mystery.
Yes. Always super calm and collected. Red, what's
Did just get rattled.
Tell us about Dr. Marshall.
Oh no.
Sorry, I forgot that so my mic isn't working. I am on my iPad today, but I went to unmute on the computer, and that is not where I am. Okay, hi everyone. I am Renee Rhodes. I am playing Dr. Alice Marchand, and I am kind of sad that this is the last session. I was just laughing so hard with everyone before we went live, and I know that today is going to be filled with more horror, mystery, and intrigue. So thanks for being here, and let's see how this all plays out.
There's a bit of heartbreak that it's the last one, but at least I've had a good time. So, all right, and then Kai, please.
Hello, I am Kai. I am playing Mira, the librarian. Totally not suspicious librarian. She's not suspicious.
No.
No.
No, I would no, not in the slightest. Nah, Gainer, why don't you tell us about Jody?
Yeah, Jody Sanders, inventor. You know how it is. I'm down here from Bath. I'm just trying to make my way through this goddamn town full of empty buildings and rain. And I'm coping with having just beat the shit out of dude, watching him get pulled into the sky by a mysterious tentacle. Very normal. Everything's fine. 10 out of 10. Would do again.
Seems normal to me. And then, Dan, please, would love to hear about Isabel.
Hi, I'm Dan. I am playing the Grifter, Isabel Barton, the Fox of Fairhaven, who is kind of unraveling maybe a little bit, and is still currently panicked.
Yes. So, the last that we had left off, investigating a terrible fall from this tall building, you found that there was no body to be seen, despite you just watching them. Going up to the penthouse suite, you found the body that had apparently been teleported at their end of their fall, and began to unravel a bit more of the mystery here, and were confronted by a man calling himself the Siberian, who, after a tense attack, was knocked off of the balcony, which, as Gator mentioned, ended with them being ripped right out of the sky by a gigantic tentacle, to which, as all of you were kind of gathering yourselves, and I know Landon and Isabel were heading to go get a drink, saw the King's Lamp lighthouse, the very end of 44th Street, and in the sky, illuminated only by a flash of lightning, a gigantic shape, that of a almost humanoid figure, but with this dense, flabby musculature, this bulbous, squid-like head, and two gargantuan wings unfurling behind it. As thank you very much for the follow. As all of you look aghast at this horrific shape, there is a crack of thunder. Lightning flashes once more, and it is gone. The lamp standing at the end of the road. But I actually need everyone to please make a fortitude check. We're going to start off with y'all losing some more sanity.
Yeah, this,
Fortitude? What's a
these are
fortitude?
not great for me,
Okay.
right? No, I'm okay at these, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty mid at these actually. I
nothing
did
will
not
ever
bump
go
this
wrong.
And we are
Everything will
rolling
be fine,
what's a
surely.
D10 look like?
I literally
It's
was
the
just
one
like,
that
what
has
is a
10
D10
sides.
anymore? The panic has set into my brain. Can I roll above a 4 today?
We can do this.
Yes, I can.
Ooh.
We can do this.
Woo! This is character growth on behalf of your dice.
It's they're finally cooperating with me. That is an
Alright,
11.
Let's take this.
17.
And math.
19.
I got a 15.
Call it Jody's big day. That's a 26 for Jody's actually more sane having seen this.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why everything's going this way.
There,
This is just a Tuesday. This is another Tuesday for Jody. It's like, oh yeah, the time knife. We've all seen it.
yeah.
Big fucking monster out there, bud, huh? Shit.
I would say for each of you, given the fight you just had, the strange dark things that keep occurring, and the fact now that this next flash of lightning shows nothing there, it's easy to try and push into your mind that, okay, I'm just seeing things, I'm panicked, I'm trying to relax. However, for Isabel,
No.
Oh.
Yikes.
you can see the King's Lamp lighthouse. Now, in the evening, fully beginning to illuminate with this long, strobing light that pulses out to the ocean to help prevent anyone from shattering a boat against the rocks. Bring them safely into harbor. And for you, there is a call to all of this that you've dealt with. The King's Lamp is calling you home.
Isabel, you're all right there, dear. Yeah.
Uh,
Got a little lost there in the light. You with me here?
I have to go. We have to.
You have to
It's
go.
there. We have to go there. She's gonna...
Yeah, we can go there, dear. Why don't we wait for the others to catch up with us before we make any decisions to walk towards that lighthouse? I just want to help you get there safely, okay? You look a little starstruck there.
I'm fine. It's nothing really.
How about that drink, eh? Yeah, let's
Yes, of course.
just like I said, just 2 pints. Good old pick me up. It's been a rough night.
She's still staring at the lighthouse. But she's not resisting, but she is just fixated.
You know what? Sometimes this happens to people when they come to Maine for the first time. We call it moose madness. You didn't eat the fish, did you? Because it seems like you're having some issue. You stare at. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're kind of freaking me out. You're staring at the lighthouse a lot. Do you wanna let us in on something? You notice something, or just kind of?
Call it a feeling, perhaps. Regardless, we don't have much time to lose. Our answers are there.
Jody's not kidding about the flounder down at the diner. It's not.
Gotta be careful with that.
Just, that's normally why I typically just get coffee. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna slip into the liquor store real quick and get those drinks and slip right out.
I'd say when you step in, there's a single clerk there, mid 40s. You can see balding, not like terribly overweight, but definitely out of shape. He has a this just like massive cigar that he's like clearly been chewing on. The end is on his side is just like completely gnarled and wet, and he has like part of the actual window next to him open so that the smoke can get out even with all of the rain, and it keeps the entire place kind of cool. But he looks, yeah, you what do you need?
Let me just get 2 of your little minis of gin, please. Just 2 mini bottles. I'll be on my way. Little half pints there. You look a little tired to get you closing up for the night.
All right, and he reaches over and grabs a couple of bottles and kind of puts them all in front of you. And you sure all of this is real?
Come again?
I said, how are you going to pay for this?
Can I do a insight check on what he just said? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not hearing things, right?
feel free to make an insight check.
Unfortunately, I am just ADHD enough that for a second I was like, "Is that what Alec just said?" Just totally mishear him. Amazing.
That's going to be a 6. I'm not the most sympathetic.
You just kind of brush it off. Must be hearing things.
Yeah, pal. Actually, let me get another pack of smokes while you're at it. And I'm just going to quickly fumble through my wallet and put down like a little dollar extra just so he can have a decent tip and I can get on with my day. Lucky stripes, if you will. Just
he grabs them for you, puts them down, takes the cash. He gives you exact change.
I leave the change on the counter and just grab the stuff and walk out. And I am definitely, as I walk out, before I take a sip of this gin, I kind of like do a double check of the bottle to make sure it's empty.
Okay, make a for this. I actually would like you to make an occultism check.
Autism check to see gin bottle has gin in it.
Sus.
I got a 8.
You take the bottle and kind of like look at it. You're like, okay, seems good. Like, begin kind of unscrewing it. You can see the man behind the counter watching you.
I'm just gonna put the bottle back on, take a smoke out from my current pack, not to take my last smoke out. I'm guessing it's probably my last one I have in my old pack, and just light it and like, yeah, thanks, sir. And I'm gonna walk out back to my friends, very freaked out.
You kind of take it and you walk back to your friends. There's a brief moment that, unable to help yourself, you look back at the windows. The man is standing there, and you can see his dress shirts. There's something about it, and for the briefest moment, it looks like a French uniform, and you kind of look at your friends and look back at him, and he's there in a grubby white dress shirt. He has the cigar, and you can see he stamps it out and slams the window closed.
Yeah, Doc, here you go. And like, I'm just gonna instinctively hand Dr. Machant the alcohol bottles and accents. It's like, I don't know if my head's a little fuzzy, you know. I don't know if I need that drink right now. I'm just gonna.
I don't drink. Do you want me to just hold on to it for you?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was meant to. I meant to hand that to Isabel. There, she was asking for a.
Are you?
Anybody
quite
see? I just could have swore the night's long. You know, it could be one of those PTS flashback things they say people get. It's just war ghost. Just war ghost. Let's not worry about it so much right now. It's
Landon, things are only going to get worse.
precisely why I think I should be sober for now.
Anyone else wish for a drink?
Isabel just like kindly, like gently, like puts her hand out in your direction.
I'll pass it off.
I'm sort of unabashedly like staring through the window at the clerk at this point, just like turned around.
And you can see that the clerk is, he's seems to just be kind of going about his job. He kind of like pulls up from under the counter like this book that he's like going over, just to pass the time while there's no customers in the store. There is a moment where you see he like reaches into his like breast pocket and has another cigar, but then he's like looking around for a cigar cutter. Nothing out of the ordinary. Now, for Isabel, are you having some of the gin?
Yeah, I mean, she's like twitchy-handedly like unscrewing it, or however it's sealed.
You unscrew it and knock even just a little bit back, and begins to help calm your nerves a bit. There's a little bit of that kind of burn. It's not very fine gin here, but kind of okay. All right, and have a moment to actually breathe once you've gotten a drink in you. Your short-term madness ends immediately.
Lovely. Everybody liked that.
The rain continues to pour down, more flashes of lightning followed by these cacophonous rumbles of thunder. 44th Street, the long road, but it leads in one direction toward the King's Lane. At this time of night, it's not particularly late, but it is into the evening. Now,
Can we get a long cab?
you can get a cab if you'd like.
How long is it?
Alright, so, looking down this way, you can hail a cab. You can still see the regular, like, buses that move, though none of them lead to the lighthouse. They go to, at most, to the end of the actual buildings here, at which point the road continues down another half mile or so. But if you're looking for a direct drive up there, beyond the buses with no passengers and the cabs with no fares for them to pick up, there's no one on the streets. But hailing a cab takes no time at all. One pulls up a woman in her maybe mid-40s. You can see she kind of like pulls up and gestures, for you all to get inside.
Exit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Might have a smoke inside, miss.
She just crack the window.
Gotcha. Won't be long, just taking us down to the lodge. Lighthouse down the road, please.
All right.
As we sit in the cab, I just kind of want to be like, hey, you from around here?
Yeah. Born and raised.
Is it always this quiet this time of day?
Comes and goes. It's the last couple of years it's gotten quieter,
I'm from up on the coast, Brunswick, Bath area. Just not used to it being this quiet.
Well,
You ever notice anything strange around this time of day? Like any weird things? You know what I'm saying?
define weird.
Giant
No.
monsters.
There's some drunk monsters, but I mean, comes with the driving. But no, nothing too crazy. I mean, like I said, they started buying up the land, all the buildings everywhere. But no, nothing. It's quiet now. Everyone's staying at home. It's you got to walk down 4 flights just to get out to the street, and then walk another 2 blocks just to get to a halfway good deli. I mean, why not just stay at home?
Yeah. You ever seen any people just act a little clammy though? Just it's kind of grimy, almost moist like, odd smelling.
No, I mean, seen a few stagger out the middle of the night that got a few drinks on them, but about it.
Yeah. If you can't tell, we've had kind of a weird day.
Well, it's you're all in pain.
What do you know about these lighthouse fucks?
The lighthouse has been there forever.
What about
Wait.
the crew that runs it?
What,
You
the
know
lodge?
anything about them? Yeah.
I mean, you're not all from around here, right?
Most
Mi-
of us are from out
Did
of
you
town.
just said we're all in pain?
No, I said it's a lot of rain. got it. And she like turns the radio down a little bit.
I gotta be hearing things tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
It's honestly, for the lodge, I mean, it's guys with a lot of free time, a lot of free money. I mean, they do plenty of, public works and things like that. I mean, around here, this place was 2 roads, maybe 1 stop sign, back in the 20s. Now, look at it.
I mean, fair enough.
But no, the lighthouse has been there forever. I mean, like I said, they built the town around it. It was just a lighthouse for. It's actually one of the older ones in the state.
It's quite amazing to have such a empty town.
You gotta just know where to look for people. It's a lot of empty buildings, sure, but they'll fill them up. They say, We're talking about bringing people in from all over.
From other countries, perhaps?
Oh yeah, other cities, other countries. I mean, that's how you
You
get
ever, You ever met any foreign nationals
Oh,
around here?
we had one guy, Scottish guy. Very interesting.
Do tell.
Oh, just weird. He came in, said that he was visiting some family, and just, well, he was saying something about I'm only here for a couple of days and I gotta head back. How did he call him? He was pissed drunk at the time. Peakman, Poikman Park, and something like that.
Sorry.
How long ago
Pikmin?
was this?
Hickman, yeah. Last night.
Sorry, you saw him last night.
Yeah.
Where was he headed?
Family said actually he was asking about the lodge too.
Well, I appreciate you taking us all this way to the lodge, and I'm sure we'll be able to get more answers from them kind folks in there. We got an appointment, and you've been quite helpful here.
Well, if you're more investors, good luck. I mean, they've had a lot of them coming out, so I mean, more money's always more money.
More money, more power, right?
Yeah. It's always a little nice to have something extra, And he pulls up to, at this point, the base of the lighthouse, which is this massive stone tower stretches up. From this perspective, it looks like it just pierces infinitely up into the sky, the light strobing a slow but steady turn. Next to the actual lighthouse itself is the lodge building, connected by a short hall, but you can see that it has that same crest you had seen Cyrus Reedy's estate or his apartment, and it's a somber place. Right now, there does appear to be lights on inside, but you don't see any cars pulled up.
Now, does the lighthouse have its own small port house or it, maintenance ladder that we can see?
Not on the outside.
Okay. So it's like a old style lighthouse where the only access is through the main entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fully connected to the lodge? Like,
Yes. So there's the lighthouse itself, and then, like I said, the lodge next to it. There's a short hallway that connects the two of them. Other than that, there's a door leading into the lighthouse, but no other entrances. You can see that there appears to be near the top 3 like little, I mean, just a couple inches across, but like holes in the brick, probably let to allow wind to pass through, give it some stability in storms and things like that. And then of course the actual balcony for the where the lamp is.
okay. Do we see anyone guarding the lighthouse or the entrance to it? It's just fully empty.
There's lights on in the lodge, but you don't see anyone standing around.
The driver hasn't left yet, right?
No, she kind of looks at all of you. Well, she kind of goes over, looks at the meter, and she looks back at all of you. Well, you're all gonna die.
I'm sorry?
That'll be 5.
So because I also picked the pain thing earlier. Stream can't see it, but I typed in the Discord. I also heard you're all in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Like I was asking specifically because I want to get a read on her.
So can I have? And actually, I'd like all of you to please make this.
Yeah. That one was the most obvious one.
That was terrifying.
We all just like looked at each other like, what?
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Can I get an insight check?
What's that one?
Ina in chat, Alec does this to me all the time. Very worrying.
That is a gentleman's 6.
16?
Hold on.
Sorry, what's the roll here?
Insight.
Insight.
Insight? Okay.
What is my empathy score again? Okay. I rolled a 15, but I'm going to use my grifter ability to add my empathy onto that again.
Okay.
So that is a 24.
There it is. Thank you. Yeah, I got a 10, so I'm glad to hear.
I did roll above a 4, so that's a start.
That's huge.
It
Big
was a 5,
ups.
though. It was a 5.
Just little steps.
You can see that all of you just kind of like, okay, maybe it's been a stressful evening. You're kind of a little worried, but this is the moment for Isabel that you look at this woman and really try to get a sense of her. Did you mishear her? You can see that for the keys that she has one small little charm hanging off of her keys. It is the same exact crest on the lodge building.
Oh my god. They're everywhere. Fuck. This is just like being in Utah with the Mormons.
Isabel, she's gonna like notice that, and she's gonna look back up and she's gonna smile. It's like, of course. Landon, would you be so kind as to pay our driver? And is going to look back at Jody and like try and catch their attention just very quietly.
That's how you can
Yeah,
do so.
Yeah, I think also definitely as soon as they heard that, they are just looking at anybody who will look at them, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Like, playing it cool, Landon will see that and just pull out his wallet and calmly pay the driver. Keep the change. I'm sure it was your pleasure taking us here. We appreciate it.
You can see she smiles and flicks the meter off and waits for all of you. As you close the doors behind you, she immediately just peels out on this like gravel section of road and then hits the actual main 44th Street and drives away at
Can I try and do something?
sure.
I've got nails on my weapon. Can I try and pop one of her tires?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I
What-
want you
what-
to
That's
make
why I was like trying to get Jody's attention because I was like, who's gonna cause the damage here?
Yeah, it's gotta be me, right?
make a melee weapon check.
Now, okay, I think that okay.
I would
Okay.
say I would allow melee weapon, or I'll tell you what, you can use tool as well.
All right, cool.
Either or.
Because I'm trying to. What I'm really trying to do here is just make sure this car doesn't function. So, all right, here we go. All right, so that is going to be a 17 for Jody. To
As
just
you're-
hit this fucking wheel.
As you're getting out of the car, and you can see she's like getting ready to peel out. You take your nice little, just horrific baton that you've
The
made
pipe. Yeah.
and strike against one of the back tires, puncturing it immediately. She like spins up on this gravel road, but you can see that like the car kind of lurches from the pop's tire, and you see that there's like a brief moment where it's like she almost like stalls and like pulls the car just a little slightly off the road and stops it. And you see like she immediately like gets out of the car, but as she does, she is quite clearly, from all of your perspectives, going into the glove compartment to get something.
Fuck.
I'm going to immediately
Check out
point
the
my
pipe wrench.
gun at her and be like, hey, don't do that.
Shit.
And I'm just going to bark it out in the most intimidating voice I have. Just like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't do that. Whatever you're doing, don't do it.
Yeah, I'm also starting to walk towards her so I can grab her.
Make a shoulder arms check, and I'll give you a +1 because Jody's also coming to help intimidate.
So,
All right. That is going to be pretty good. You said in the +1. So that will be a 23.
You immediately take your shotgun, I assume?
Yep.
And point it at her. And you can see that, like, as she's reaching in the glove box, she, like, stops and lets go. Now, to your trained eye, as you are moving up, you can see quite clearly that she has a pistol in the glove box. And she like moves her hands up and puts both of them on the wheel. The door still swung open.
Hey, hands up slowly. Step away from the wheel. Keep them where I can see them. Jody, go grab that gun right there.
yeah,
You reach for it, I'll blow your fucking fingers off, lady.
I'll go around the side. Pop open the glove compartment here.
You,
Uh,
you can go over and easily take the gun out. It is a it appears to be a Luger. Most likely like World War II, so pretty recent, like within the last 20 years. Um, and I would say even just baseline, you can see that this thing is well kept, oiled. You know, clearly she knows how to use it. It's not just, oh, I have it in the glove box in case. It's like she knows how to use it.
just look at her and be like, "All right, sweetie, listen up. You just definitely are trying to fuck with us right now, and I don't want to play these games. What's your connection? Explain it to me now, quickly and calmly. Things are about to escalate quite a lot."
Oh, they're gonna escalate. Yeah, definitely they're gonna escalate. Go ahead. Go ahead. Pull the trigger. Come on.
It's a cute little key charm you got there.
Yeah? Yeah, you like that?
I haven't liked many of the people I've seen walking around with it so far today. Change my mind.
See, it's a shame you don't like it, because so many of us here in town have it. I mean, way more than there's the 5 of you.
It's just like everybody else.
Look, lady, threats of future people that ain't here to help you ain't going to work right now. And I really don't want to add another notch to this gun right now.
No, you
So-
know all about adding notches, don't you, Landon? How many did you kill in the war?
What the fuck?
Enough for me to know that I would kindly like you to answer my friend's questions here.
Someone's tried to use that exact same line on Landon earlier today. You'll have to get more creative if you want to shake us up.
Alright. She looks over at Jody. Well,
Why don't you start? Tell me about whatever the fuck is going on with this fucking lighthouse.
the lighthouse. See, when there's a lot of stuff out there in the dark, shows the way.
Oh, that's with knowing now that that was a repeat of something said earlier. Is there like an element of mind control over this person at all, or something that we can pick up on that is?
So I would
A
like you
shared
to. You can either make an occultism or augury check, and I'd say you can each make that.
Okay.
Ooh. Am I good at either of those things? No.
Boy, leave that up
Ooh,
to you, because I am not the best at that. I'm just going to keep focusing
A
on this lady.
20, right?
Nice.
Yes.
17 for Jody.
8.
What was it again?
Occultism
Augury
or
or
augury?
occult?
That's a 14 for Alice.
I would say that for Mira, you can see as she's talking to all of you, she does seem to be repeating some of the same words Siberian said. Other things that you even heard Cyrus say. And as you look at her, there is a strangeness to her expression. The lights are on, but there's no one home. A very confident smile to all of you, but her eyes are completely empty.
I would lean over to Alice and just kind of under my breath be like, she's definitely under some sort of mind control. I would guess they already know we're here.
I can't say I'm surprised. I don't believe we ever had the opportunity to surprise them.
They've been one step ahead from the beginning.
Mm.
And they've done their research, and she's like staring pointedly at the driver.
She actually fully smiles at that. I think you're all idiots if you think we're only one step ahead. No, we are miles ahead of you.
Yes, progress.
Oh, it's not just that. There was a nice little story, ancient history. You know, one about culture, very advanced. Brought in the greatest minds from all over the world. And history says that they all drowned. Of course, it's not entirely accurate. They just moved. But foolish people, being who they are, they see a city drop into the sea. They can only make one conclusion. Of course, your mind only works in one direction, but time, reality, everything you know and understand is a flat circle. Of course, we can see in all 3, 4 dimensions. We are not bound by space and time. We are beyond you.
Mm-hmm.
And she smiles one more time, and you can see she like looks up at the lighthouse and immediately just falls backward as her body goes limp and she collapses against the car.
Fucking Christ. I'm gonna drag her over to the dock. Doc, you think you can do anything about this?
I'm not entirely sure. Depends on how much was her and how much was other. But I'll do a quick checkup.
I think it was simply done with her.
Make a surgery check.
Sure.
Can I assist?
Yeah. I'd say you'll get a +1 to this.
I'll have you going through my doctor's bag and hand me things.
You just hand me your shit.
Awesome. That is a 22.
Yes.
That's good, yeah.
She's alive. But you can see that her breathing is slow, her heart rate is erratic. You've seen similar symptoms in people in very deep comas. As for her body, she is essentially dead weight. Her muscles are completely limp. She seems to have no motor function whatsoever. She's able to breathe, and that's about it.
I think I will try and get help from Jody just to lift this body into the car so that it is away from other elements, but inform everyone. I believe if there is any way to help her, it is a confrontation with whatever influenced her. She is alive for now, and doesn't seem to pose a risk of drowning or falling to her death, but this thing's whims, I can't predict them. I can't know.
I'd like to rifle through all of her pockets.
Make an investigation check.
Move.
Investigation. 14? 14.
Begin going through well, she doesn't really have a lot of pockets, but she does have a purse. Yeah, I can tell you as infrequent as women's clothing having pockets now, far worse in the 60s.
Weird.
But that being said, there's some basic identification, and you can see her license, few bucks, nothing really out of the ordinary. Until, as you were looking, she has in her pocket this small, it's like this kind of metal circle. And it has these strange symbols written on the outside of it. In the center, it has the same symbol of the lodge. The writing is in a language that you have no clue. This is an old runic script. Not recognize. But you can also see that there's a strange kind of device in her purse. It's flat and maybe quarter of an inch thick, like 3 inches by like maybe 5 inches, and it has like what appear to be small buttons on the sides of it. As you press one of the buttons, the top of it lights up. And it is a strange kind of wild device that you have never seen. The top of it that is lit up appears to be a picture lit from behind of her.
Like an identification?
Sorry, are we looking at a phone?
I would say, as players, yes, she has a cell phone in her purse.
Fuck.
Oh, good.
Well, don't need this. I take
Oh,
it and
good.
throw it into the ocean. Who needs it?
Oh my gosh.
That's so
Fuck.
good. The Atlanteans are from 2020.
Cool. Yeah. I
Everyone knows that was the true downfall of Atlantis was avocado toast.
do
Well, I was-
remember that. Yeah,
I
it's
just
the
wanted to
housing
find the missing
crisis.
girls. That we're just looking for a little missing girl. This was a simple mission, and now weird space things, people digging into my past. Let's get in this damn lighthouse. Let's just
Yeah, don't do
hopefully keep our
subtlety.
wits together.
I
I,
take her keys.
Yeah. I want to
You
go
check
up.
the glove box.
Thankfully,
Yeah,
we saved this girl's life. Let's just be happy we didn't have to take it. You know what I mean? That's always a good thing. Hopefully, we can free these people of whatever evil this is.
No.
I will go up to the door, the pipe in hand, and just knock on the door with the pipe, and then I'm gonna fucking burst in. I don't give a fuck. Just
Jody, we could.
bam right in.
You move up and you start like kind of knocking against and getting ready to just like smash the door down. You strike it once, and then that strange device that was in her purse begins to make a kind of melodic tone, and you see these two little symbols of a green symbol and a red symbol.
There's nothing that pisses me off more than Alec vaguely describing a phone right now.
You can see both of them have
Vaguely.
have a symbol of a telephone receiver on them.
It's got it's got numbers on it, and the numbers.
Jody,
I-
let's use the brains here for a second, and I'm just gonna grab the device and hand it to Mira. Mira, will you?
Using our brains is using Mira's brain.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Mira. Is the brains of the operation, right?
Like,
Look,
yeah,
If
I
you
mean,
don't know all the answers, Be smart
no
enough and
answers.
humble enough to ask others if they know the answer. And Mira,
I have no problem with logic.
you're the most well-read here, other than maybe the doctor.
That-
Isabel, you're quite smart too, but Jody, for sure, you should be holding on to this. God bless you, Jody, but
I'm also like, this is also obviously something magical in nature. Why am I using that accent? That's not it.
Yep, that's your accent. We all know it.
I'm just lightly English now. Yeah, I'm like
I've
flipping
shifted
this
the
thing
language
over,
over.
and I'm like, could I logic out like a red and a green thing?
Yes, you absolutely can.
All right, I'll green thing it.
Bloop.
Blue.
So
Oh dear. Oh dear.
the
Wait, how is there cell reception? Wait. What's-
I'm sorry,
why
is
am
that
I
the
with
problem?
Alec? That's the real logical issue here.
Is that what you
We're
have a
fine
problem
with
with?
time travel,
is
but
like
the
a
lack of cell
time
phone towers
tether.
is quite confusing. Is there Wi-Fi in the lodge? What's happening?
It's just operating off of like one person's hotspot.
out
Is
of
it a regular
everything
call
we
or
done
is it
dealt with
FaceTime?
today, out of everything, it's the cell phone reception. That makes sense. I get it. You know,
Did we lose Gainer?
It's just like bye.
the irony of that.
and
The irony of making fun of the reception, then
then just instantly.
Okay, hang on.
So who's
was that
on
a
the other end?
self-report?
There we
Just
go.
got
Who's
time
on the
Alright.
other
changed.
end?
I'm coming back.
Was
and
that
Okay.
I
was that a
heard all of
self-report?
that. The irony of that all happening in quick succession is hilarious.
Okay. So, what I will say is that yes, you can understand the, parse it out enough to actually answer the phone.
Okay.
Now, I will say, before you answer it, at the top of the phone, it says Richard Upton Pickman.
All right.
Like Lord Pickman?
What is that?
And we know the name Pikmin. I feel like I would be like, do you think this will summon him here? Answers
Lord
the phone.
Pickman. Oh, I was like, what did I have notes for Lord Pickman? Disappeared a few decades ago.
Yeah,
Teleport machine fanatic.
yeah.
Oh, he was a future.
So, you hear this kind of slight crackle, and it reminds you of radio static. And then it kind of does that a bit to be more akin to a weak connection. But you hear a voice. All right. I think we can stop with the theatrics. You all want to speak to me, and you've all proven just persnickety enough that I should speak to you. So, come in, and let's discuss this like adults. And the door to the lodge swings open.
Ah, fucking Christ.
And then I'm actually going to take a quick bathroom break, so we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Fuck you.
You're gonna walk in there. There's gonna be a fucking escalator.
Oh my gosh. It's all the mind blowing
Awful.
things.
It's the Apple store. That's so weird.
It was like, hi,
Are we in
I'm
the
Dominic. I will be
future?
your genius support today.
You guys are thinking like one directional. We're gonna walk in there, and there's going to be like a caveman like building something, and right next to the
iPhone.
caveman, there's going to be like Spock just hanging out,
He's there.
and like next to Spock hanging
Just
out,
smoking weed
there's
and
just
playing
going to be
chess.
like
Exactly.
a cowboy and a geisha just like talking to each other
They're
casually.
hanging. They love
It's just a holodeck is this whole show.
Yeah,
it.
like
It's the whole thing.
come on now. Like we see the
Oh,
cell phone
God.
at this point in time. I wouldn't be surprised if we walked in there and the Black Knight stops us. Like,
Hold.
I'll
Alright.
fight him.
So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We'll take a quick quick 5, get some water, restroom, stuff like that. Stay tuned because we'll be right back. Thank you, everybody. Alrighty, and we're back.
Ooh,
Okay.
ooh.
Everything's fine, right? Everything's fine.
Yes.
I'm fine.
All fine. We're all fine here. How are
I'm
you?
not gonna lie, I'm not fine. Something crazy is going on, and I'm scared. I'm worried for
Time to
my
hit that
life.
panic button. Time to hit that panic button, maybe.
Bam.
I
Hitting the
immediately
panic button doesn't result in me living, but I'm
um,
hovering near it.
I'm going to throw this out there. I will throw a wild reference out later on, and the first person who catches it will get a free copy of Spliced once it's finished.
Ho, ho, ho.
I mean, all the players are going to get a copy, so I don't need the 5 of you to figure it out. I need somebody in chat.
Darn.
I'm already going to give you a free copy. But the door to the lodge opens, and you can see that the device that you have immediately goes dark again.
He says he wants to have a reasonable conversation, right? Let's have a calm, Jody. Let's have a calm
I don't
and a
do
reasonable
comms super well.
conversation. We can talk. We're all adults here. Maybe it's not as bad as it seems from the beginning, right? Let's be optimistic.
I have admittedly lost some of my optimism.
We made it thus far, and we've only had to shoot one person. I think that's a good thing so far, right? Right? Yeah, let's... Doctor, let's go. This isn't as bad as the last thing you faced, right? It's gonna be cool, guys.
It's probably worse.
Mira, we're doing
not-
optimism. right
Well,
now.
I mean, they just talked at us through this thing, and now they open the door. It's probably like a time warp to somewhere else, and then we're...
Maybe they just want to share this wonderful device with us, and it could be some life-changing thing from the future.
Awesome. Great.
The thought is nice, Landon, but I don't expect all of us to make it out of this alive.
Well, I wasn't going to go that dark, but
It's honest, not dark.
Let's
So
take
I'm-
a couple of these fucks out with us then, eh?
before we go any deeper into this likely incredibly inescapable snare, I feel that we should maybe put all of our cards on the table here, or at least I should. I know we've talked about saving one person. My reasons for being here are selfish as well. And should I be the one to not make it out, I have a favor to ask of all of you.
Yes.
Many of us have chased someone missing. Landon, I know you in particular. That is also why I am here. My sister has gone missing. And all roads led to this bizarre little town. If it's at all possible, and I don't make it, please at least make sure she gets out.
We'll
I'll do
do
my
what
best.
we can.
Well, all cards on the table. If I have it my way, I would like to not have another survivor situation. I've seen enough people that are kind-hearted die for no reason for the supposed greater good. Let's just go save these lost people and come home to what we want on the other side, right?
I guess that's what the optimism's for.
All cards on the table. I have no one. And when I lost my eye, I also lost the woman I loved. So, please forgive my harsh honesty. I can say that I do not want to lose someone else again. And while we are companions, maybe a group of people who could be friends given the time, opportunity, and the freedom from whatever hell this is we are experiencing, I will do my best to protect each and every one of you and keep you alive. That is my promise.
Appreciate that, Doc. It's good words.
Oh, Mira, you are muted, my dear friend.
Mira sort of clears her throat. I'll try, but I'm also absolutely gonna run.
No, you should if you need to. I don't think that that's cowardly. I think that's smart.
I do feel like maybe we should adopt that as a universal rule. Do our best, but maybe know when to do a little less.
Survival is key. And Mira, I appreciate you speaking up about that. I'm not here to be a hero. I'm just here to save some people. And get. If we see who we're looking for and we find them, as far as I'm concerned, that's case closed. All right. Let's be direct. Hey, maybe he'll even be nice enough to give us what we're looking for and we can just leave. He did say he wants to handle this amicably.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to be hoping there's any corner of this earth we can run to if things go poorly.
They teleport people to death.
And I'll
That
just
is
be
what
honest.
we're up against.
I'll just be honest with you, gang. I spent a lot of time hunting Nazis. A lot of them like to tell you, let's talk first. So forgive me if I don't think we're going into a particularly nice situation right now.
I'd agree.
well, here we
I-
go. And
I don't want to shoot down anyone's optimism. And Landon, I appreciate yours. I just also want to be mindful of what we are truly up against. I don't think we should turn back, though. Let's do this.
it's a grim situation, but and Landon will light a cigarette and step through the door.
The interior of the lodge is a cozy place. Dark paneled wood, several hunting trophies, a fully stocked bar, a fireplace, bar, and in front of which there is a very plush seat. And on it there's a man in a strange mustard colored suit. And he turns to look at all of you, waves his hand over for you all to join him by the fireplace. As he looks back at it, his head is completely shaved bald. He has a thin mustache, but he looks at this roaring fire and, come on, let's speak truthfully. Come on, I won't bite.
Lord Pickman, I presume.
That's one of my names, yes. Perhaps the most pervasive, the one I've used for the longest stretch recently. good as any other name, I suppose.
Just a question. Do you already know why all of us are really here, or are you confused just as much as us by our sudden interest into your dealings?
Oh, I know why you're here. I've met each of you before. Well, a different you. Yes. I know why you're.
When you say a different you, what do you mean?
I assume you've each heard of the island of Atlantis. Yes?
Yeah, some like
Ancient
weird
myth.
fake bullshit.
Yeah, look, if you know why we're really here,
Don't
before you
interrupt.
talk.
It's rude.
All right, continue your tale, sir. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Now,
Apologizing.
there's a few other names that it goes by. Atlantis, Avalon, St. Brendan's Island, Mew. There's always a place, and I am always there. And there's always... Well, now I call it Rosebrook, but Atlantis is probably the name that you know. The most famous. It's not his original name. But yes, there's always a man, a lighthouse, a city. You see, when I founded it, I called it Carcosa. And I sought to travel everywhere that I could in the world, fast as possible. See, I have much to do, very little time. Because, of course, when you understand the nature of time, see it not as a finite resource, but very thin, flat circle. Now, I'm not going to get out parchment and diagram for you. I'm not going to make little symbols using chess pieces. But I'm going to tell you this. This world that you live in now is one of an infinite number. So I built a device. I built a device that allowed me to speak to a greater power and ask it favors. That favor was to move different worlds. As many of them are wildly different from possibly. As I said, they're infinite. There are many that are just quite a fraction. And it is in those worlds that I have met you. We have already had this conversation.
And how did those conversations go in these other worlds?
Sometimes poorly. Sometimes you make the right choice.
And to you, what is the right choice?
Well, it's simple. Everyone has a price. And I can pay that price for you. You can go home. You can move on with your life. And never think of this city again.
That
No.
would be convenient for you, wouldn't it?
Now, you are certainly one of the most stubborn every world. You know that?
Thank you. I tried.
It's a shame. Now, I'm not going to threaten you. what I have the Siberian for. No. I'm going to tell you the truth. I can pay the price. Go home, or you can die. Really as simple as that.
What would you get out of that?
Hmm.
More time.
For what?
Well, in every world, there is sometimes, as I said, with the changes. I have to finish the device every time. It doesn't always work properly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it malfunctions. You see, I've found here that when I try to bring people, put them where they should go, drags them along the ocean floor for a while, and then puts them there. Now, for them, it feels less than a moment, but it's long enough. Now, your sister, fine, but she's not world. She's with you, safe and sound at home. She'll never know it. Really want to rip her away from that? Let her know that all of this exists? Be that selfish?
I've no inclination to believe you at this moment, as you've given me none.
Again, this conversation. Excuse me if they get tiring. Yes, always the doubter. Box of... And, you, Landon. Well? Ready to swing that gun at me?
Look, I'm not here to wax poetical, and if you've met me several times, I guess you can assume a lot of this is going over my head. I'm here to complete a job. You know what job I'm here to complete. Where's the kid?
They're already back home. Job's done. Not on this world, of course.
You see, you use that not on this thing. That doesn't affect what I need to go back to. Doc, you can... You got questions for this Mook or Mira? Yeah. They're talking in circles here. I don't get it.
I do feel like the salt and pepper shakers or the chess pieces would have helped with this presentation.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that
Mhm.
was a bold move to just jump right past that. From being
Yeah.
honest.
I'll have to have this conversation as many times as you've claimed to and not figured that out yet.
Oh, I know Landon well enough to know it just...
It's a neat
I-
party trick.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just turned to everyone else, like completely ignoring him at this point. It seems to me that this conversation is likely more frustrating for us in every world than it could possibly be for him.
I
Can't
mean,
imagine a conversation with this guy that isn't that frustrating.
it's probably frustrating on both ends. Think about every time with this, or someone like us. It's probably a norm for both ends. Like, he assumes I don't get that there's multiple things that you get to and you jump to. All of our problems that we seem to have that he doesn't seem to get, we are, as he says, selfish. I can't leave this lighthouse without the girl. I don't think Isabel wants to leave without assistance. And the cares on what salt shaker, what sand. We want the sand that you put in the other sand back in our sand. You know what I mean? Like,
Honestly, what's fucked up is I actually am tracking what you're saying better than I am what he's saying.
Yeah, it made a
Okay,
fairly
man.
decent amount of sense.
All right.
So proof that loved ones are still someplace. I feel like that's an important thing, and you're just gonna gloss over that with a trust you.
see, that's why you hit me. Or that's a good point. That's a good point.
That is a rather large obstacle. I can understand that. Now
Well,
for the
if
proof.
you're as omniscient as you claim, shouldn't be that difficult.
Omniscient is not the word. No. Experience. No, I would say, and he looks back at Mira, I am rarely surprised, but asking for proof from you. You don't usually bring that up. Now, Dr. Marchand asks for proof quite often. Isabel asks for quite often. Landon demands it at the end of his gun barrel. But you don't usually, because you already have proof. You've reached into other worlds and into other minds already, haven't you?
She kind of like looks down, and her hands are like kind of just clutching the like book full of all these like little scribblings. I find there are many things in this world to believe, some that cannot quite be explained. But maybe I've learned something, and now I require proof.
Now you require proof. Seen sagacious, the otherworldly, already exist in front of you. Now you require proof. Very well. Alright. Landon, you want the child. Isabel, you want your sister. Jody, I haven't heard a price yet.
Listen, what I do comes from not having shit to go back to. So, you give all these people what they want, then you and I will talk.
Dr. Mush.
What?
I mean, there's an infinite number of her. So I could just pluck her away from one of those worlds. And truly, she wouldn't miss a step. Might have a few questions, of course, but I'm sure you could think of something. You're clever.
You know as well as I do, it would not be the same. What I have is lost.
That's the thing about grief. So easy to wallow in it. Justify. But I can give you a solution. I can have her back right now.
You use people. You manipulate. I can't imagine there being a me in other universes who would take you up on this, who wouldn't see through your little games. Perhaps if I hadn't lost her, then maybe. maybe I still would have been naive. But now, I know that what you delve into is greater than you. It's greater than me or any of us here, and it is beyond. You don't have control, which is why you seek to control us. And I am growing dreadfully tired of it.
Yes, the agonized scream and awful words echoing through the dim streets of Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise, of course. But down to Gehenna and up to the throne. Those who walk fastest walk alone. All right. Can't be bought. Jane. And Mira. Can't be bought. I assume. No, you could have the infinite of all knowledge poured unto you. And Landon, you want the girl. But of course, if I take the girl from another world, then there's a Landon who doesn't have it. And that Landon will hound me. And then, of course, Isabel, I can get you back your sister, but then that Isabel, of course, won't have a sister. Jody. So stubborn. No.
He's,
So, that's my answer to all of you. No.
Great.
I mean, let's be honest. I think your answer was going to be the start, because
Yeah.
you know that we want our little girl. We want his sister. So you playing these games with just another us, plucking sand from other sands. You treat us as if we are just mere copies, mere facsimiles. Look, every single me that there is ever been in me is that has a soul. And that, yeah, you're right. I guess it's just a dummy that another dummy pointing a barrel at your head. Because I think that's the only way you're going to listen, huh?
Please. You are less than nothing. You are less than a copy of a copy of a copy. You are nothing. Void. Null. Zero. Each of you. Beneath me. And yet still, I offer a chance every time. An infinite in your stupidity. You all always try and shove it back in my face. Now, some of you, once I've killed one or two, wisens up and makes the deal. But not always. And when I have to wipe the 5 of you out, time and time again, it gets rather monotonous. There is always a man, a lighthouse, a city. The 5 of you do not need to exist.
Can I ask you a question, man?
I would love.
You just know so much. I just am dying to know. Was I this excited to beat the shit out of you every other time I came here?
Oh,
And then
yes.
I'm going in swinging. I'm going
Yes!
in swinging. I don't give a
Yes.
fuck. I'm going in. I gotta make an attack on this dude. I'm not gonna let him fucking talk down to me anymore. I'm not fucking around.
Okay. Melee weapon?
Okay. Yeah. Fuck. Let's hope this goes well, or else I'm gonna look really stupid.
Oh lord.
Okay. Those D10s are menacing, huh? Okay. 8 plus. Let's see. What's my weapon? 13. 21 to hit.
Okay. So that is a 31 on his evasion as he reaches and grabs your wrist as you bring the pipe down. You see he stands to his full height,
Oh no.
and as he does,
Hmm.
you can see that he stands completely straight, but his mustard-colored suit begins to almost like meld together and shift to these kind of dark yellow robes. His face begins to stretch and distort. Ah, boring. Every time. Let me show you why they call me the Yellow King. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Right.
Let's go.
You know,
Yellow King!
it's boring to him, but for us, it's the time of our life at least once.
I heard it's because you're into piss. That's what I heard, Yellow King. That was what I heard. I'm not even king shaming. It's just a fact.
Initiative
Kink shaming
exploded.
is my thing.
King shaming, it's just a fact.
Fuck!
D10
He's
plus
too
your,
powerful.
plus your speed.
It explodes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
22.
Okay, so, anyone else 25 to 20 range?
22 for Isabel.
Okay. 20 to 15?
19 for Joe.
Sorry, I missed it. I was a 13.
Okay, I'll get to you in a second. You said 13?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Did I miss it?
No.
No, we're going down from the
No.
top.
We're going backwards. Oh, shoot. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you're all
Okay.
good.
Okay. So, 15 to 10?
Okay, now that's me.
Okay.
I'm not good at thinking backwards, I guess.
10 to 5?
I got
I
4
got
on the
9.
die. Oh.
Plus your,
What am-
your speed?
And then my speed is the -1.
So it'd be 4.
Okay, okay.
Because everyone's speed starts at 5, and then your occupation
Cool.
alters it. So 4 plus 4.
So 8.
And what'd you get for Landon?
9.
Okay. Now, all of you are a short distance with the exception of Jody, who is touch range.
Exactly where I want to be. Right up in the action and definitely in danger. Let's go.
Jeez Louise.
Definitely in danger is a word
It's
for
gonna be
it.
fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First up is Isabel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't think about this. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
Thank you, Matthew, for saying Piss King. Appreciate you.
Shout out, Matt.
Yeah.
I am going to use one. Can you describe the room for me really quickly?
So, the room that you're in is, like I said, this kind of trophy room, if you will. There's a fireplace, a tall, like a wingback chair that he just is standing next to, and then it extends out maybe another like 40 feet to like a kind of entryway that you all step through.
Okay. I want to see. You can tell me if this is something I can do, because as it turns out, I'm pretty bad at combat. So I'd like to try and finagle my way into an insight check to see if I can get a sense of what he's going to be attacking with, like, or how he's going. Like, if I can just look at him and like suss out from stance,
Absolutely.
if I see weapons, any kind of that sort of stuff, how he's going to aggress.
Make an insight check.
That's a 1. So.
So remember, it explodes backward.
Yep, and the second one was a 3, so that's an 8.
8. So you can see that he is still holding onto Jody's wrist, where he stopped their blow.
Mm-hmm.
And as his body is like shifting and changing, he still hasn't finished transforming yet.
Oh.
So it's hard to say exactly what's going to happen. Though I will say you can see his hands are bony and beginning to stretch and distort as he holds onto Jody's hand. His whole head and neck is like extending and elongating and stretching, and his mouth is pulling open. But also,
Good.
his feet now visible underneath these robes. You see the shoes are cast aside as several long black tentacles reach out from underneath the bottom of his robes.
Oh.
Okay.
So hard to
Is-
know exactly what he's going to attack with.
Mm-hmm. Question 2 is, speaking of free action.
Yeah, sure.
So then I will then call out, in case we missed it, that's the monster. That's the cephalopod, and I will use my second action to dodge.
Okay. Next is the Yellow King, who, while holding on to our friend here, is going to cast a hex.
Good.
So, I need you to make an evasion check, please.
Fine. Maybe I will. Evasion. Okay, and this okay. You know, I'll take that. Let's see how this roll goes. 9 plus 8, 17.
Okay. So, that is going to be... Ooh. I actually got a 16. So, just succeeds. You can see he begins to, like, grip into your hand, and you can feel like he's trying to pull your arm out of its socket. And you manage to, like, wrench your hand free. His hands finally extend out, distorting into these, like, massive gnarled, like, claws. And you can see the backs of them are covered in this, like, thick, almost scaly, kind of dense flesh. And his head finally distorts and moves, and you can see that ripping out of his mouth, these long tentacles peering. He has that same squid-like head that you all had seen behind the lighthouse. But you avoid him casting death on you.
Good.
Oh.
That's damn right.
Well,
That's
Your
a-
shit. I look him in the eyes. Your shit's nasty. Has anybody ever told you that?
So,
oh man.
for his second action,
Oh no.
Good.
Oh yeah.
he is going to try and grab you again. So I need you to make a history check.
Him?
What?
Pardon?
What?
Sorry, this is me making a history check.
Yes.
Okay,
Uh,
sure. Let's. Cool. So that's a 1. 1. So I'm gonna roll again and subtract that. So that's 4 from 6. So that's 2.
Oh no.
I hate to tell you, he rolled a 10 and then it exploded to an extra 10.
Cool.
So-
Nice.
Ooh.
That's what you
Okay.
want.
He
Get it out of the way now. Get him out of the way now.
Yeah.
Jody, how bad is this?
It's
He-
not gonna be good, but I think I should be okay. But let's see.
As you wrench yourself free, you can see that his hand reaches out and grabs you just around the actual shoulder, and this long black tentacle stretches out from behind his wrist and wraps around your body as he's going to cast Judgment on you. And flashing through your minds, you see many memories of yourself in other worlds dying in horrific ways. You are grappled by him for 1 minute.
I thought I'm a fucking badass. This means nothing to me. What do I lose any sanity or health or anything, or am I just grappled?
You're just grappled.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
Okay. So, next is Jody.
Okay, cool. So I'm grappled.
Yes.
Effectively, mechanically, grappled. Just means, let's see here. Grappled.
So your speed is 0. You have a
Yep.
-2 to evasion checks and attack rolls against anything other than what's grappling you. Now, it ends if they let go or if you are forcibly moved. If you take damage, you can make a check to try and get out of it.
Okay, cool. Then I am just going to yell like fucking stupid squid, fuck, and I'm just gonna hit him with the pipe, man. The pipe is coming at him.
Love that.
What can I say?
With the pipe.
The pipe. Jody's laying pipe one last time. So that is going to be 6 + 13, 19.
19, and then I will make an evasion check. See here. Ooh, terrible. That'll hit.
Okay, cool. And then, fuck it. Second action. One more again. I'll hit him again. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, you have a -2 to this one.
Yep. I'll take it. So wait, so if I roll a 10 and I have a -2, is that an 8 or does it still explode and I take -2 from the whole thing?
I mean, if you roll a 10, it still explodes, but it's a -2
Okay.
from the total.
From the total. Okay, cool. So then with that, that is a 23 + 8 -2 is 29 to hit on the second one.
That'll hit. That'll definitely hit. And can you roll the damage for both of those?
Yeah, total damage is gonna be 8d6.
I need you to roll them separate because each one ignores half of armor.
Right. First hit is 11 damage.
Okay.
Second hit is 18 damage.
Okay.
Just beating the shit out of him. And just screaming now wordlessly at the end.
As you're just screaming and bashing the pipe against, you can see that there's a feeling of impact. You're hitting something, but nothing comes away. The fabric of his robes doesn't even seem to tear from the nails in the pipe. If he notices, he makes, no sign that it hurts in even the slightest.
Whatever. I know I hit him, and that's all that matters.
So, next is going to be Alice.
All right, I much more calmly than I did in the fight with the Siberian, pull out my rifle to take a shot. And that is, we're at short range, correct?
Yes.
That is a 16 to hit.
And which kind of weapon is this?
A rifle.
Light.
It
rifle?
is for I forget what we established last time. It is 46 of damage.
Okay, so that'd be the medium rifle. So 16 hits.
Medium rifle. I have that on my character sheet. I just don't have the size. 2, 4, 2. So that's 10.
Okay. You immediately fire and it just like blasts and as you can see, like the bullet impacts, but again, doesn't seem to actually break through the robes themselves. It hits and then clatters to the ground.
Cool.
You hit something, you're just not sure how much damage you actually did to them.
Sure. I'll go ahead and take a second shot just to try and see. Nope. That is a 1.
Okay, so yeah, you fire, and as you're just like sending bullets, creating the second one just like whizzes right past. Even at this short distance, the strange figure. There's a panic that. I mean, you're not a great shot anyway.
No, I'm not. I got marginally better with my experience from last battle, but that's it. So I wasn't expecting much.
Okay. So next is actually going to be Landon. You with us?
Hello?
Landon.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Mhm.
A little
Cool.
bit technical, but we're here.
Yep. Internet's down, but I had backup ready. So I am going to, seeing what's going on, I'm going to call out to my party members. Get past him and get to the lighthouse if you can. Some of us will stay here and hold him off. And I will point my shotgun at him.
Okay.
Take a shot. That is going to be shoulder arms. Does a 19 hit?
At short range for a
Yes.
for
It does.
medium
I think
rifle,
15.
then yes.
Okay. And 5d8.
Is it 5? Do you have a heavy rifle or a medium rifle?
It's a heavy.
Okay, so that still hits. Go ahead.
That is 10, 15, 17 damage.
Very nice. Call out to the rest of the party. Fire the slug again impacts, and there's this heavy thud. Is it like it seems to not like cause him to move, but it's like it presses in against the robes, against some kind of body underneath, and then falls to the ground.
Okay. And seeing that, I am going to step and taking my second shot. Can I dodge or for my second action?
Yeah.
Yeah, after taking that first shot, I'm just going to basically dodge, brace for impact, and once again call out to my party members that are well equipped. Hey, he may have secrets in the lighthouse he doesn't want us to reach. And that's my turn.
Okay. Mirror.
Yeah. So on that note, he mentioned a machine. That machine there does not appear to be a machine in this room.
Correct.
All right. But that door is 40 feet behind him.
Behind all of you, yeah.
I will start trying to make my way towards the door that I would perceive to lead to the other room or the lighthouse. Yeah.
So if you
I also do want to try and dive behind things for cover as I go, depending on how far that distance is.
right, I'd say if you take the sprint action, so you can go 12 times your speed. So that's 48 feet.
Yeah.
So in that case, then yeah, you can absolutely you turn and just sprint in the other direction. You can see the entryway that you came in that leads into this trophy room area, and then another door on the opposite end that leads to that hallway going toward the lighthouse. And I'd say with a sprint you can get to the door.
Yeah, we'll kind of just sprint and kind of slam into the door, but duck down a little bit as I go. And that will be my turn. Oof.
As you run, I'd say for Jody, you can see he's holding you, and then he spins to turn and look at Mira as she is running.
Awesome.
Okay,
No, just a little guy.
Isabel.
Mira made it to the door, right?
Yes.
I'd like to call out to her and ask, is it locked?
I would say you can see without using action. It is locked.
Yes. I'm
Of course it
the
is.
right person that knows anything about that.
I am. Okay, hearing that, I'm gonna go for the door.
Okay. Now your speed is 6, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with a sprint, you can get 72 feet.
12,
Yeah.
6. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you turn and you get to the door, and you still have some way to go. The now I will say sprint is technically 2 actions, but I will absolutely allow if you want to try and pick it. I'll give it to you right now. You can make a
Yeah,
pick lock check.
that was exactly what I was going for.
Oh.
That's another 1,
Oh
Rip.
no.
and explodes back 7. I'm not even gonna bother with my special ability on that.
Jeez, yeah.
Okay.
This guy's in jail. This one's in jail.
So here's
Crit initiative, and then 2 1s in a row.
here's the problem. Is you get to the door, but in your intense sprint and as you run, and like Mirror's running with this thing watching you, you go and basically like try and pull your lockpick from your pocket, and it just like clatters to the ground, and you have to like scramble and try and pick it back up.
Yeah. Yep.
That's gonna be it for this turn. You have it back in your hands, but that door is not open yet.
Oh.
Next is the Yellow King, who is going to firstly make a claw attack right at Jody. So make an evasion check, please.
No, I will.
Now, because
I
you're
will.
actually, there's no penalty if it's the creature you're grappled by, so you're fine. So evasion check.
Evasion
Ooh,
check.
It
Alright.
exploded. Nice.
No, that's not what I want to hear. Total
Not-
17, 9 plus 8.
Okay. I got a 27.
Okay,
Ooh.
so I'm gonna not. What if I pay you $5?
Okay.
New spliced mechanic. Bribe the GM.
Bribe the GM.
I'm happy to introduce a new mechanic in Spliced right at this very moment.
This exact moment. Venmo is called Venmo me $5.
What's your armor at?
My armor is at 8.
At 8. Okay, so in that case, you will be taking 16 damage, and your armor is eroded by 1 as he brings a claw up and strikes and just like rips open the flesh across like your arm and shoulder and chest and across your throat. And
It
then
fucks up my welding helmet down to 1.
Oh no.
Oh.
no, it erodes it by 1.
Oh,
it's
erodes
seven.
it by 1. Okay, I was just like, that's so much.
No, it just erodes it by 1.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then he's going to move. So, you see that he moves across the room and seems to almost glide as he just like, without any perceptible step in this movement, just slithers across the floor. And he's gonna be moving about 30 feet, so he's now about 15-ish feet away from Mira and Isabel. I believe you're all still technically within short range of him. Yes. So,
Oofda.
What if we weren't, though?
What if instead? They were.
What if instead?
Oofda.
Jody.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. I just took damage, so can I try and weasel my way out of this grapple then?
Absolutely, you can. So, as part of taking the damage for grapple, you can here. Oh, I'm sorry. If he takes damage, then
Sorry,
he has to.
he takes. Oh, so then can I go back and have done it as part of my?
Yeah, I'll do it right. I'll do his check right now.
Cool.
Excuse me. A little excited.
All good. Yeah, no. I listen. New rules.
Okay. So for that, to the amount of damage. Oh yeah, easily still holds on to you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Question:
Yes.
Does the movement that
I'm gonna make multiple because he's taken damage a couple of times actually.
okay? Oh, sorry, I'm just reading in the grapple thing. Was Jody moved by his movement?
It's if they're forcibly moved out of his hands. So if one of you were to go up and like shove them out of his tentacle hold.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I made a couple checks. I got 9s and 10s, so yeah, easily handles the damage that he's taken so far. But after that, next is Jody.
Right. Okay. So now I am going to call shot on my first action.
Okay.
So I'm going to specify he's got like a tentacle around me. Does he have some type of some form of appendage that is reaching out towards these folks who are over here by the door?
Yeah, his other arm.
All right, that's what I'm going for then.
Okay.
So I take -5 penalty to the attack roll, and on a hit, my damage dice are doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. No whammies. Okay, not ideal. Said it's gonna be 5 plus 13, 18 minus 5 is 13. What do we think? We think yes. He's distracted.
Hang on.
Something to think on.
I rolled a 1.
What?
And then a
Let's see.
9.
Okay, -9. What are we
So-
looking at?
You successfully hit him.
Fucking go!
Ooh.
I
Yes,
hit it
Jody.
I hit him in the asshole instead. Okay, so that's that hit
It's
is
rude,
gonna
but
be-
he's earned it.
I'm gonna roll 8d6. Here we go. Ooh, that's a good number of 6s right there, baby. Okay. 29 plus 1, 30 damage.
You strike, and this is the first to actually break into the robes, leaving
Good.
these dark puncture wounds that weep this thick black liquid. And as they, you can see that as he's like looking and reaching out towards the other, he stops and drops it and like looks over at you. That's still wrapped, like basically under one of his arms.
Definitely there's like a vein pulsating in Jody's forehead, and every single capillary of their eyes has just broken. So they are just, they look demonic as they are just screaming and slamming down with this for all they're worth.
Love that. Okay.
Can I use that damage to try and break out?
I have to roll for it.
Do it. Fucking drop me. Do it.
Bitch. Alright. I rolled a 1 and then a 10 again.
Good. Fuck
We
you.
like this. We like this.
I weasel the fuck out of there. I squirm.
As the tentacle breaks loose just long enough for you to just scramble out of there.
I scramble like a greased ferret. I'm out of there. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. So, I mean, you're still within touch range of him, but
Oh, I guess no, because I just move. Can I move between him and the other folks? Still
you did
holding...
a called shot and your attack.
I don't think I can move, right? Can I even like pivot?
You
as
can
I'm
pivot,
falling?
so you're between.
Yeah, I just want to stand between him and the other people. I want to make him have to go through me.
Love that.
And I'm just yelling, "Get through the fucking door!"
On it.
Alice.
I have a brief moment of hesitation
Oh no!
because I do not like this. but after that split second, she grits her teeth and listens to Jody and makes a run for the door.
Okay. So you can sprint to the door. What's your speed?
5.
Okay, so you can get 60 feet. Yeah. So you can get right next to the door.
Great.
Hey!
Hey!
Alright. So,
Just in time?
yes.
Perfectly timed.
You can get right next to the door.
Great.
Okay. Landon.
Muted.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Sorry, I was making sure none of my audio was messed up when I was coming back. But right now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we are if we put all of our points into leveling up a character, we should be level 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, based on what this bonus was saying I was supposed to get. Because I am going to shoot him. He's medium distance away from me now since I haven't moved. Or is he still short?
I would say he's still short distance because that's gonna be 30 feet. So yeah, he's still short.
Okay,
distance.
still short distance. Okay. Nah, I don't want to. I'll make a called shot for his head.
Okay.
So I'll take the -5. So I rolled an 8. So 8 plus 24 normally should be, 14 normally should be 22, but -5 from that. So
17.
that would be 17 plus 1 because of my ability, so 18.
At short distance, that'll hit.
Cool. So, and that's double dice.
Double dice.
G-bus. All right. Well, I am rolling 10 dice. So here we go.
Good. Let's do it.
As I aim straight for his dome. Yeah, don't fall. All right. That is, bunch of 1s on that one, though, guys. But it's cool. I'm doing my ability to add +3 to this attack using my thing. But for this, 1, 1, 1, 5, 2, that's 10. All right, one more go. 10, 11, 15, 11, 15, 20, 32 is what the dice says.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
And 32 plus my 3, so 35 total.
You aim and fire. The slug rips across the room, smashing into the side of his huge squid-like head. You can see it like impacts and like presses against and like partially flattens, leaving this horrid mark. But it like tumbles and falls to the ground, and he kind of moves and cracks his neck. There is a bit as he kind of like looks at the group in front of the door and looks back at you, like looks at the group in front of the door, and he looks back at Landon, and like the tentacles across his face splay out in every direction as he screeches at you.
And as he screeches at me, Landon's just going to shout, "Get through the goddamn door!" and fire once again.
Yeah.
We're trying.
I wasn't
Oh,
sure.
no.
I don't know if you guys knew to get through the door, but now would be the time to do so.
Yeah, it's because I
We're
rolled a 1,
going as
guys.
fast as we
Oh,
can.
no.
I rolled a 1.
Ugh.
And I rolled a 10. Okay. So
Oh.
that's missing. That's missing.
Okay. Next is
So second shot goes wide, but it's cool.
Mira.
Okay. Since the pick's already out in Isabel's hand, Mira's gonna just kind of turn to Isabel and be like, can I give it a shot and attempt to pick the lock?
Okay, make a pick lock check.
The inherent comedy of, hey, I'll give it a go. Why not? Right?
Well, I mean, yeah, for
No,
a total of 10.
Maybe.
You're like fumbling for the lockpick to like try and get it. No, not even close.
Alright. Fuck that. I leave them in there, turn around and like out of my backpack that I'm wearing like a baby Bjorn, pull my gun and shoot at this thing.
I forgot you were wearing your backpack on the front for armor.
That's why it's like, okay, it doesn't work.
Nope.
Bang.
Okay, what gun is this? A handgun. Okay, this is gonna go great. This is gonna be perfect.
I believe in you.
Ooh, a
Your
10!
pistol. Yeah,
Uh-huh,
dude.
uh-huh,
Your little
yeah.
pistol shoots.
Ooh, and a 9 on the second one. So 23.
And what kind of handgun is this?
This is the medium handgun.
At this distance, that would be a critical injury.
Get him.
So roll the damage.
Just the 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
And his butt falls off.
Oh, nailed it.
Ooh,
God,
eight,
dude.
9 points of damage.
Very nice. And then roll a d10 to see which injury you inflict to him.
Okay.
Instant.
A 6?
A
Instant
6.
death?
That
Since
is going to be a broken leg. You fire and it kind of goes a little lower than the center of mass. You can see it impacts and there's this horrid kind of noise, and on the ground this like black liquid spills out as one of the tentacles just and rides on the ground like a snake as you shoot one of his tentacles off. So that is going to halve his speed.
Nice. And then I just like stay facing him and be like, "You got this, Isabel," and that'll be my turn.
You know what's fun on the critical injuries? If you roll a 3, you give him hemorrhoids. So that's cool. A lot of people don't realize that.
Now,
That's why you targeted the
The
butthole
most
before.
grievous injury.
if you get a 7, he gets gout instantly.
Instant gout. Wow, pretty cool game, Alec.
Thanks.
I'm pretty sure we're in an era where colchicine isn't a thing, so like that's
No,
it's devastating.
That will kill you.
A 10 is scurvy, which frankly is, I think, the worst. Okay, next is Isabel.
I'm picking the door. I'm picking the lock.
Make a pick
Whoa!
action.
That's an 8. That's an 8 on the dice.
That's so high for you, Dan.
That is the second highest I've ever rolled.
Dan, that's so big.
So with my pick lock, that's a 16, and I'm gonna use my second use of my boosting ability to get that
Let's
up to
go.
25.
Oh,
I'm so
Get
glad that
through
you
that
got it
door.
up to 25. You go and you're trying as Mira's like pull the lockpick from your hand and shove it into the lock. You have to like wrench it free and then put it back. And you go and there's like a brief
Amateurs.
moment where you're like, I can do this, and then you hear a soft click as you pick the lock.
I
Very
Boot
nice.
the door open. I'm like, let's go. What do I see on the other side of the door?
Now, beyond that, you can see that the hallway extends into the actual lighthouse itself, the base of which is this large, strange iron contraption. There's a chair with these huge, like, electric tubes attached to it, these spinning gears, and along the walls, plastered, are those same strange runic shapes and writing that you had seen on that metal disc, but it covers the entire inside of the lighthouse from floor to, all the way up. And there is an iron ladder that goes all the way up to where the light itself is kept, but this contraption is on the floor, short distance from you. If you move, you can get to it.
I mean, yeah. Door's open.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. You can move up to the device, which you see has a small metal panel with several buttons and figures on it. These whirring kind of tumblers that seem to allow you to pick different numbers marked date, location, longitude, and latitude. It is a complex machine, no doubt, but one that could be quickly configured with a simple lever to operate it. But that'll be your turn.
Sure will.
Next is the Yellow King, who's going to look back at Landon. And you can see that there's a brief moment that it kind of like cocks its head and the tentacles on its face extend out and it screeches at you. And it seems to almost stop and look back as the lock is picked, but then it focuses, deciding that it would rather deal with you than everyone else getting to the machine. So, it is immediately going to cast the tower. And, okay. At this distance, a short distance, that is a 25 to hit. That will hit. And you instantly let me roll it here. There we go. You instantly lose 17 sanity.
Ow.
What is your sanity at now?
My sanity went from 57 to 30. No. Excuse me. Boop. 57 to 40.
So, as it looks at you, this terrible screech erupts from its face, this beak at the center of its tentacles. And it's almost as if the entire lodge you're in flips upside down. For you, you can see the world spinning around you. There's a total horrible crash of lightning, thunder that feels like it is inside of your head. And you are instantly going to gain a short-term madness. So let's see what you get from that, because you just dropped to 40. So you are stunned until the end of your turn, and that will be 4 turns later. As you just and all of you see Landon just blathering, just completely stunned by whatever it is Yellow King just did. And it will turn back toward all of you. It takes both of its actions to do that, so Jody.
All right, motherfucker. I'm gonna do the same thing. But this time I'm going for the head.
Okay.
Big swing up. Called shot on the first turn. Second turn, make an attack. Alright. Let's clear my dice here. Alright, here we go. Okay. 8 minus 5 is 3 plus 13, 16 to hit.
That hits. Loaded backward.
Fuck yeah. Alright. So that is going to be 8d6 plus 1 is going to be 31 damage.
31.
31.
And you bring down strike, and there's more puncture wounds, and you can see it slowing down and screeching. It is hard to say if it's even bloodied yet, but this thing, you are having a very severe impact as you strike and strike and strike against it with all of your might.
I'm going to yell, "Does this happen every time, motherfucker?" Just keep beating the shit out of him. I'm at this point, Jody's like fully sobbing, fucking snot running down the face, screaming. They look like just an absolute animal. But they're also like wildly smiling, like they can't help it. It's just like there's something beautiful about knowing the thing you're kicking the shit out of is not just monstrous but inhuman. That you can really only get from eldritch monsters and Nazis.
Hell yeah. Fantastic. Okay. Alice.
All right, so we're facing this machine. I'm gonna get in the door.
Okay.
That's the first,
That's
first
big.
thing I'm doing. I'm at the door. I am now in the door. What are we doing, team?
Shut it down, I think.
And how? So how? Where would one start?
Shoot
shutting
it?
this down? Shoot it?
I think, right? I mean,
Shoot it.
I would say so many machines.
I just
Are-
feel like maybe a different approach, any different approach, is better for Alice. So I will try. I will try and see if I can pinpoint a means to shut this machine down.
So I will allow you to choose. You can either do an investigation or
Okay.
a use tool check.
I will use tool to just go to the thing that is either that looks the most functional, and I just start prying away at it. For 20.
Okay. Looking at it, you can see the electric tubes, the lever, the actual metal chair with the same straps for the wrists and the neck and the ankles to hold the subject still in it. But you look and you get the right idea to grab, and you can see the actual panel with the controls can be pulled away, which reveals a host of different wires. Okay. Now, the movement and then checking that will be your actions.
That's fine. That's what I got.
Absolutely, that's progress.
Yeah,
No.
here.
Now,
Everyone, here.
Progress.
Pointing to it. I opened it. Come in. Somebody help me.
Now, next is Landon, which you are stunned. Reality upending around you. The room spins in every direction. You can see an infinite number of worlds, an infinite number of possibilities. How many times over and over and over you have fought this thing and failed and died. That's your turn. But
Can I yell to Landon and try and help him break out?
you can yell, but
I'm just gonna yell, Landon, you dickhead! Shoot the fucking monster!
Mira.
Okay, so the machine is open behind me. I'll go to the machine. Shoot this guy real bad. Yeah, I'll turn and I will. Can I gather anything from just glancing at the glyphs and stuff about how those are interacting, or is that a whole
Make an occultism check.
Okay. 19.
So you can see the glyphs, and it is quite obvious that they refer to what he was saying: worlds, possibilities. This is an old language, cuneiform, similar to that used by the Phoenicians, the ancient Greeks. But there's something particularly striking about it. The wires, as you look, are arranged in such a way that they seem to... Each wire makes a precise movement, forming at its connection points those same runes. The machine seems to power the runes, and the runes seem to power the machine. As long as this thing is drawing power, it will function.
So, are you saying that the wires almost are looking like a backup of the rest of the system, or are they providing the power? Sorry if that was.
It seems to be recursive. That it's
Okay.
They provide power, but they also feed off then the power that they generate.
So we have to destroy more than one part of this, is what's.
Well, at the very least, you can try and rip all the wires out, but you're not sure what will happen.
Ah, shit. Am I gonna rip out all these wires?
Right in there. Just
Yeah. Okay.
let's go.
I will take the wires in my hand and try and rip out as many of them as possible.
Absolutely.
That seems like a good idea. It's gonna go fine.
Probably gonna get shocked, but it's worth it.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, hell yeah. Right? Not really, but kind of. Ooh, for a total of 9.
You reach down and grip all of the wires and yank. And it's quiet. And you see yourself standing on the street, trying to get out of the rain. You approach a small cafe. You see a series of kidnappings and missing person cases. At its first real break in months. The discovery of a body, a middle-aged man, the tiny coastal city of Rosebrook. Now, the rumors swirl that the body was found in a pretty dreadful state, as if they had drowned and been left underwater for weeks, despite the fact that the man had only been missing for a day and a half. The 5 of you gather at this small cafe, brought together by circumstance. And for Mira, you go, and as you open the door, the bright, shimmering lights inside the cafe blind you for the briefest moment, and you stand in front of this broken machine, the center of a lighthouse. Your friends screaming behind you. You can see Landon stunned, and you see this figure in yellow and black, smoldering. These huge, horrific burns ripping open across its body as runes place and rip open its flesh. And it looks all of you. I will return. Infinitely, I will return. And it crumbles to ash.
I yell, "What? You! Let's go!"
Is the machine like dead now? Is it not running?
You hear this last little fizzle of electricity, and the machine is broken.
I start just kicking the ash everywhere, just trying to break apart this pile. No coming back this time, fucker. Let's go.
I grab Mira by the shoulders and just like hold on to her. It's like, you did it. 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 You did it.
All I did was rip out wires, but they're all like marked. Are the wires like complete wires, or are they just like little pieces?
You can see that they are like ripped. Some of them are complete, but you've like actually torn the wires for some of them. That
They
they
all
were
say,
secured
to
in by
stop
their pins.
machine, pull here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It seemed. Well, if everyone's okay, possibly I like look through the door at Landon. That seemed to.
Yes. Oh, and I'll go immediately to check on Landon. She'd just kind of been slumping over the panel after this conclusion.
You go and rush over to Landon. You can see like you're starting to come out of it. Your senses are beginning to return to you. For all of you, though, the silence that lays here is broken by a small, diminutive voice. Hello? And you can hear a knocking at this door back in the trophy room, and it rattles, and as it opens, you see this young girl, and standing holding onto her shoulder, Isabel. You see a familiar face. They step out, and you can see these heavy manacles around their wrists. And that's where we're going to leave off.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
At least we got him, huh? Okay.
Or did we?
Oh yeah, right.
Dun,
Like that. Coming back.
And
the
they
end,
suddenly
or
turn
is
to
it?
slime.
Question mark.
Like a Power Rangers villain.
No!
So,
Join us
Wow,
next time for a rainy night on 44th Street burial at sea.
I'm sure it all completely worked out, and you weren't all instantly transported to another world.
A rainy day on 44th Street. Monsters Unleashed.
Well, thank you all so much for joining me for this. I have, if I might be so bold, an infinite amount of thanks for my players.
Wow, one for each universe.
Wow.
well, the pleasure was ours. It was so much fun playing in this world.
Thank you.
So much fun.
I love this.
I love violence.
I like turtles.
Where does Gainer end and Jody begin?
What? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've played a lot of characters close to myself. This one I almost got too close to myself. Oh boy.
If there's one thing I want Splice to do, I want people to be like, wow, that got a little bit real there. All right. So,
oh boy.
first, let me say, like I said, I am so thankful to all my players for helping me playtest the system, get it, working better and better every session. Their ideas and feedback have helped me so much. Being able to play through the game makes a huge difference. Like I said, this has been a real labor of love for me, emphasis on both labor and love. And I am really hoping to get out to all of you out there in the world. By the end of summer is what I'm shooting for. I am considering some crowdfunding to get fuller art and possibly even a physical release, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Hey.
And honestly, like I said, this has just been a total dream come true. Not only to play with such incredible players who can think not only mechanically but have a brilliant role playing and twists and turns that I never expected, and an already twisty turny fucked up story that I had come up with. It's really, really nice. So again, thank all of you, and from the bottom of my heart, I really, really, this has been a total blast. So
Yeah.
let's go through, tell people where they can find you, what kind of projects you're working on, and then I think we'll wrap it up here for today. We'll go left to right this time. So Dan, tell people.
Yes. Once again, I'm Dan Pixel. I was Isabel Barton, the Fox of Fairhaven, who will likely probably de-stress quite a bit after this and never go near the ocean again. I also am on a Warhammer 40k Deathwatch TTRPG stream,
Woo!
Darker Stars, which can be found Friday nights at DMDM Studios at 8:30 EST. We just had our first big sort of mission complete, and we have had a time skip, so that one's lighting up. I also am a Let's Play streamer. You can find me on my channel. I will be back soon this month on Thursday nights and Sunday mornings. What I'm doing is sort of up in the air, but I'm happy to be back to streaming again soon. So you can find me on either of those. And I also, again, intermittently cast for Tier 3 Overwatch. And you can find me on Genesis Rise Overwatch and Marmoris Esports.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like I said, I love the incredibly poor rolling Isabel.
1-8, 1-10. The 10 was on initiative. Everything else was like 4-5 or below.
The fact that you survived through all of that is astonishing, frankly.
I took a lot of sanity damage, but no actual damage.
Amazing.
But that does track also. Like, just like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, and Gainer.
Oh, that's me. Hey, gang. My name's Gainer Norcott. I am a actor, writer, TTRPG enthusiast. You can find me all over the internet at Gay Norcott, GAYNORCOTT. I am tonight actually the finale of my show, The Family Business, a Demigods PBTA game. Think Percy Jackson meets the Magicians. It's edgy. They're about to play a drinking game to avert the apocalypse. And that is tonight at 7:30 EST over on Girls Run These Worlds. Great times over there. And you can also, hey, if you like the YA series Warriors about feral cats in the woods, you can listen to my podcast, Two Leg Talks, anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're on a mini break right now while we figure out some tech issues, but there's also a possibility we may be doing a Warrior Cats TTRPG arc on the podcast. So if that is something that interests you, feel free to hit me up.
Oh yeah. And like I said, Jody is just I knew as soon as you're like, oh, this is in Maine, I was like, oh.
I had such a different plan for Jody until you're like, oh, it's in Maine. I'm like, oh, fuck it. I know this guy.
It's always a blast to play with you, Gainer. Like I said, I love Jody, so this was really fun. And God, tell people what you got working.
Hello, I am Kai, Carla Creative on the internets. I mostly play NGM over on Gut Punch RP, where we do charity stuff and give away ridiculous prizes. Like we're giving away Wild Beyond the Witchlight balloon.
Oh yeah.
So that's fun. And yeah, then I also am gonna go back to streaming video games very badly on my own channel on Mondays from noon to 4, which is always fun because it's just me screaming about something. But yeah, that is what I am doing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And like I said, obviously I'm in love with the name Miracles.
Such a good name.
Can't get enough of that.
So dumb.
And like I said, it was so nice to have like an archivist, and just like the energy that you brought to bear is just so excellent. So like I said, this has been awesome. So thank you.
It's super fun.
All right, Renee.
Hi everyone, I am Renee Rhodes. I use she, her pronouns, as does Dr. Alice Marchand, who I've played throughout this short series. I really, really enjoyed being here with all of y'all. What a great... We had such a short time to tell an awesome story, and we told an awesome story. Please go check out everyone else in this cast. They were all incredible to play with and so much fun behind the scenes. So see what else they're doing. Follow them on socials. For me, you can find me at RayDNR on Twitter. I'm also doing a few other things now, including getting back to streaming on my own channel, which is RayDN on Twitch. I'm making TikToks now. I don't know how that happened. At Ray_DN on TikTok. Whew, and I have other big news that I still don't think I can talk about. I don't know. So I'm gonna post about that on Twitter as well. So any updates on refining my streaming schedule, silly TikToks that I'm posting, which so far are just like makeup TikToks inspired by Honkai Star Rail and my cats. So and more fun stuff, more cats on Twitter for sure. Follow me there, and I'll keep everyone posted.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll keep everyone posted. Thanks.
And like I said, it's been God, I knew to like you starting off just like already knowing some stuff and having been in town. I was like, oh, I can get real weird with this and like being able to investigate the bodies. Like, yes, the horrid things that I can do. So I appreciate that so much, and like I said, Dr. Marchand has been fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, Never, please tell the people.
Hello, I am Never or Lun. You can catch me a lot on Twitter and a lot on Twitch. I am a variety streamer. I also do TTRP stuff. Sometimes I do drawing. Me and Alec occasionally host a show, Homebrew 101. It's on hiatus right now. It'll be coming back, but YouTube vids are coming up soon for that to catch you guys up on the madness we're doing on that. I am also going to be doing my own Spliced playthrough. That's going to start, I believe we're shooting for the 26th on this month, on a Friday. It's going to be dark magical girls in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
They may or may not be dealing with some hills of quiet nature type stuff, but transforming schools and weird stuff happening with your past and being haunted by problems that you did is all a part of Spliced, as we saw. So it was lovely playing with all you guys. Like, you guys are amazing. Please check out all their stuff. It was so much fun being here. Alec, thank you so much for being here, and it's been so fun to just learn about Splice and all the systems. And if you guys are more curious about Splice stuff, like I said, we covered some of it on Homebrew 101, and those episodes are actually going up very soon.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you so much, Never. You know how much I love playing with you, and just like total blast. Obviously, it's like Landon was amazing. It was nice to have a hired gun, so you guys were a little bit more survivable in combat. So that was really excellent. And I can't speak enough about how much I just love all the players here and how great this was. This is yes. Let's get that working. There we go. Okay. And the other thing I want to say is, if you're watching this, you probably know who I am, but I'm Alex Zam, a pro GM, purveyor of all things homebrew. Right now, I actually have several time slots open for games. I have some that are doing session 0 this week and next week, if you want something immediate. Otherwise, I have a lot of stuff available, so if you want to play the game with me, I not only do 5e, I do Cyberpunk, Pathfinder, Lancer, Blades in the Dark, Thirsty Sword Lesbians. You name it, I run it probably. And if I don't, then I will learn to run it just for you, if there's at least a full party there. Beyond that, of the homebrew that I write, I actually just recently re-released my first major book, Treasures of the Pirate Court. I added another close to 20 pages of stuff. So if you want to run a pirate campaign for 5e, or really kind of any TTRPG, it includes lore, stat block, magic items, feats, backgrounds, spells, monsters, all sorts of stuff for 5e. And it's got some incredible art by my lovely wife, Ina Coffin. So it's pretty fantastic. It includes the Pirate King, 13 pirate lords, some unaffiliated pirates, including a beholder pirate, a living pirate ship, a a pirate who might actually be 3 different people. Anyway, check it out. It's called Treasure of the Pirate Court Big Booty Edition. And
That's right. It's full of butts from beginning to end.
Yes. Beyond that, I also wrote a one-shot that I'm very proud of. It's about magical honey, and it's very ridiculous, a absolute madcap adventure. So if you like a really silly one-shot, that's actually coming out this week, shooting for Friday or Saturday. It's called Honey, I'm Home. It'll be dropping on my Ko-fi, so follow that if you are not already following. And I hope you all stay magical. And if I can ask just one thing, I must insist that you keep on whizzing.